What's up everybody, David here, welcome to another video. In light of all the videos that everyone seems to be making about thickening the hand and thumb workouts and those kind of things, particularly with Devon and Gennady coming up, I thought I'd make my own video about what I do to work on my hand conditioning and hopefully to increase its size and thickness. I've tried using a rice bucket before and I've done that, and I think that works pretty well. But I've found something that works even better for me, which is to use a stress ball. And generally I'll do this after a workout or on a day off, and I'll go for a 30-minute, 45-minute walk and bring my stress ball with me and do some various exercises that really target the conditioning of my hand, and in some way I think that it probably has increased the thickness of my hand. I've been pulling for about 3 years and I have had comments on people's perceived size of my hand increasing. Now I think that comes down to genetics. My hand isn't huge by any means, and there's guys that are new to the sport that come in with much bigger hands than me at the same weight. So there's only so much you can do, and I think some people are going to see more growth in their hand than others. But this is just what I do, and I've heard anecdotal feedback that my hand's getting bigger. Alright, so stress ball. This one I found quite perfect. The size and the kind of the rigidity, of the ball. You don't want it too soft and you don't really want it too hard. And this one I found is perfect. I don't even know where I got it, but it works for me. So the three kind of exercises that I do are positioning in the hand. And so the first one is mainly focused with the bottom 3 fingers on the ball and clamping down. So it looks something like that. And basically just clamping it and holding it. Now if that exercise in itself doesn't, it's not too hard, but this is why you go for a walk, so you can do it for an extended period of time and it really builds up the lactic acid. But you can do a few things to make it a lot more difficult. So I think it also helps just being in the starting kind of arm wrestling position like that and clamping down. But if you find you're supinating and cupping, you'll find that much more difficult. So if it's a bit too easy just clamping down, if you've tried cupping it just back and forth and supinating in, you'll find that the exercise becomes much more difficult immediately almost, and it really blows out your hand very quickly. So that's the first position in the bottom 3 fingers. Then it's kind of obviously with the top 3 or 2 fingers, so different position in your hand, and kind of I generally do it with my thumb pretty free, so I'm really just controlling with the first 2 fingers predominantly, like so. And this way you can actually push your thumb into the rest of the ball and really simulate basically getting a grip and pushing your thumb in across somebody else's webbing and clamping down. And the same thing, you can pronate, or in kind of easier when it's controlled with these 2 fingers, pronate. Just small movements, bend your wrist and pronate, and you'll find that it really blows it up extremely quickly and makes it a lot more difficult. And then the final exercise that I do, or grip that I do, is purely about the thumb. So generally I can just hold my hand like that and just push my thumb into it in various different positions. Sometimes you can kind of put it on your knuckles and clamp your thumb in. All kinds of variations of the thumb generally doing the clamping, and I think that works really well, especially if in a setup you're using your thumb to push your opponent's webbing down and across. This works very well to develop that strength and that lactic acid that you need to continue press down and across. So those are the 3 exercises that I do. Haven't seen any other videos of people making or doing those exercises, so I thought I'd make one. It works pretty well for me. I find it pretty useful, so play around with it, guys, and let me know what you think. Cheers, guys.